The Joy Perspective, the podcast where I share life's challenges, things I've learned through years of personal development, and help others shift their perspective and find their joy. I'm Lauren Valdez, and together we'll dive into how changing the way we think can unlock possibilities, spark creativity, and transform the everyday. Let's dive in. Welcome to today's episode of The Joy Perspective. We're talking about rest and how we can often think that it's unproductive, but I'm actually going to prove to you that it's quite productive. Now, if you know me or if you've listened to any of my previous episodes, you probably understand how difficult rest is for me until I really put it into perspective and realize it is being productive. So I'm a type of person that I thrive on being productive. It's really hard for me to have a lazy Sunday afternoon. And as much as I want to honor, a day of rest, it's hard for me to not see the dishes in the sink. It's hard for me to not see the cabinet that I haven't decluttered or the 5 work emails that I should probably just go respond to make my Monday a little bit lighter. And I know that that's not what rest is. I know that I need to take the time to rest in order to sustain myself, but it's not always the easiest. And so we're going to go through a few stats actually on rest and also help you reframe your perspective on it. So recognizing the signs that your body is craving that rest or needing that rest. I know for me, a big one's irritability. My irritability level when I haven't slept well or I haven't rested or taken the time to really care for myself, my irritability level shoots up. I start getting short and snippy with my husband and kids, which I don't like at all. Nobody loves that, right? But if you start to pay attention to the triggers or the physical things that come out, like some people have brain fog. Some people feel emotionally detached from things. And that is because of the lack of rest, because we're not allowing our bodies to recuperate and to get the fuel that it needs. Rest actually fuels our body. So a lot of people call it mom brain, but really, I don't think that brain fog that we get is just from being a mom. It's from the lack of rest. So it's all of us. It's men, it's women, it's parents, non-parents, it's everyone that can experience this. And rest doesn't always mean sleep. I'm not talking about sleeping 8 hours through and through. I'm talking about taking moments of breaks and taking moments of recuperation. So I'm going to read this stat to you guys that really hits me to the core. So studies show that regular breaks renews the brain's attention reserves, enhances motivation, and boosts creativity. So in reading that, does it not make you realize that it is the exact tool that we need in order to be more productive? In order for us to have more motivation or to pay better attention or to boost that creativity in the things that we do, we need the rest. So when you feel like, and there's a balance to this, or harmony to this, is, that Sunday afternoon and you're sitting on the couch and you're debating, this is me, do I go declutter that one shelf in the garage that's been driving me nuts because I finally have the time to do it? Or do I sit down, relax, enjoy the time with the kids, play the extra board game, or really just sip your cup of coffee and listen to your kids play? You have to decide, what does your body need? Are you in need of that rest? Are you in need of that recuperation? Because if you give yourself that rest and give your body what it needs, you'll actually be more productive when you need it to be. And now I know for me, I used to feel so guilty, you guys. I used to feel so guilty. Like I was lazy or I was, what is the word? When you're reaching for a goal, you're working hard for something and you feel like when you take that afternoon off or you take that hour off even, you feel like, oh man, I just set myself back. No. It is so productive. It is so necessary. It is so vital. It's not laziness. It's actually an act of love. And it's not just an act of love for yourself. It's an act of love for the work that you do, because you're able to give more when your body is rested, when your creativity can come back, when your motivation can come back. So even 10 minutes, micro breaks, can boost energy and well-being by 60%. When I read that quote, I'm like, 10 minutes. Now I can master a like 15 to 20 minute nap. I know not everybody can, but I can master it. If I lay down, I don't even have to fall asleep. If I lay down and I give my body that 15 to 20 minutes rest, I get up and I'm so much more productive. But here's the funny thing about me. I don't do it as often as I should. I don't, and I know it. And I'm like, Lauren, you know better. But when I give myself that micro break, I can get back to the work that I'm doing and I can be so much more productive. So why is it that I don't give myself that rest? You know, I was also reading, so there's rhythms in your work. So there's like, if you work 90 minutes and then you take a 15 to 20 minute break, it has proven benefits to increase your productivity in your work. Now, I know this fact, and yet I don't always do it. And it's because I have to work, just like I'm trying to show you guys, to switch that perspective on how rest is productive. Switch it. Now, modeling rest for your kids is another thing. I was actually just talking to my kids' teacher about this the other day. We are a family that are go, go, go. My kids are involved in sports. We have a lot. We have a lot going on. We like to go and do things together as a family. We are just constantly in a hustle bustle mode, if you will. But you can be a busy family and still learn to rest when it's time to rest. You know, we call it quiet time. We call it quiet time for our kids. It used to be, you know, once they kind of grew out of that nap stage, we started instituting quiet time for them. And we need to really get back into having that set quiet time for them, because it's productive for them just like it's productive for us. We actually kept it going for so long because we saw the shifts in attitude with our son and with our daughter when they had that alone time. They had that quiet time. That time to just decompress, whether or not they slept and took a nap or not. They needed that downtime, just like you and I need that downtime. But as parents, it's really important that we're modeling that for our kids. If they see mommy going 100 miles per hour all the time, they're going to grow up thinking that's how they have to be. And I've done a lot of therapy to know that is not how we need to be, nor is it what I want my kids to see. So as a parent, I want to express the responsibility that you have to teach and model for your kids the power of rest and how rest is so productive for us. So, last thing I want to end with is an invitation. I want to invite you guys to plan your rest. I can look at my work schedule or our soccer schedule or our gymnastics schedule or whatever schedule, or family schedule really, and I can go in and I can plan when those quiet times are going to be. You know, my husband is really good at reeling me in, because I'll go, and then I'll crash and burn. But for him, he doesn't have that same social battery that I have. And so rest is something where, like, if we have, you know, neighborhood kids, I love them coming over. You know, we built the pool that we have with a little bit bigger of a spot with the intentions of, we want the kids when they're in high school, we want them to all come to our house and hang out. We want to see our kids laugh and play and enjoy their friends. So much so that my husband has to remind me, like, okay, we've had 3 days of kiddos. How about Thursday we don't have anyone over? Poor guy. I'm like, okay, yeah, you got it. And then boom, Friday hits and I'm like, all right, who's coming over? We're going to have a party. No, not really. But it is so important to learn what's going to work with your family and how it's going to work for your guys' schedule. So take the time, change your perspective, realize how valuable and important rest is, model it for your kids, schedule it out even in the schedule so that you can be rested and you can find the joy in your everyday. Thank you for joining me today on The Joy Perspective. I hope this episode helped you shift your mindset and find a little bit more joy in your life. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @MeetLaurenValdez for more inspiration and updates. I'd love to hear your thoughts and connect with you. Until next time, keep shifting your perspective and finding your joy.